Hello. In this session, we will see logistic regression. So let's begin. What is logistic regression? It is one type of supervised machine learning. Logistic regression is used for solving the classification problem. So it is a kind of regression, but we will use it for classification problem. Prior to this session, whatever the algorithm we saw, it was purely belong to regression. It is used for predicting the categorical data set. So its output could be categorical or discrete value. So majorly it's used for a categorical data set. So these are a simple explanation of logistic regression, and we will see why we should use logistic regression and why we should not use logistic regression. So we will see advantages and disadvantages of logistic regression. So first point, logistic regression performs well when the data set is linearly separable. So logistic regression is majorly for a linear kind of data set. But in real world we will not face always the same thing, but for logistic regression we need linear data set. Now logistic regression is less prone to overfitting, but it can overfit in high dimensional data set. You should consider regularization, L1 and L2 technique, to avoid overfitting in these scenarios. So here logistic regression can be overfit. Majorly it will not overfit, but if training set is less and testing set is more, in that scenario it could be overfit. Now third point, logistic regression not only gives a measure of how relevant a predictor, means coefficient size, is, but also its direction of association. It could be positive or negative. Fourth point, logistic regression is easier to implement, interpret, and very efficient to train, because here it is a linear kind of data set which will be get classified, so it is very easy to implement. Now we will see disadvantages of logistic regression. Main limitation of logistic regression is assumption of linearity, because it will only belong for linear data set between the dependent variable and independent variable. In real world, the data is rarely linearly separable. Most of the time, data would be jumbled mess. So if we see the real data set or a real life data set, we will not going to get the linear kind of data set always. But if we feel it is a linear, then in that scenario, we can use the logistic regression. Second point, if the number of observations are lesser than the number of features, logistic regression should not be used. Otherwise, it may lead to overfit, as we saw on a advantageous part. If our training data set is less and our testing data set is more, in that scenario, it can overfit. Overfit means in a wrong scenario also, it will always give us a right prediction. So that kind of prediction could be known as a overfit. Now third point, logistic regression can be used to predict discrete function. Therefore the dependent variable of logistic regression is restricted to the discrete number set. This restriction itself is problematic, as it is prohibiting to predict of continuous data set. So here it will majorly predict a discrete data set or a discrete numbers, where it will not allow, or it will be very difficult to predict continuous data set. So here we saw example of advantages and disadvantages of logistic regression. And what is logistic regression? It is a one kind of supervised machine learning. Majorly we use it for classification. So we will see how we can implement it in Python. So here we have already coded it. Let's begin. So here, as usual, we are importing our libraries. Import numpy as np, import matplotlib.py, plot as plt, import pandas as pd. Now again here we have another dataset which we will load here, importing a dataset pd.read_csv, and this is our dataset. It is on our default folder, so we don't have to provide a path. If you have a dataset on a different folder, then you can provide a path. If you have not watched our previous videos, you can go to our description. We will provide a link, you can see there also. Now after loading our dataset, when we will display, so this type of data set we will get, because here rows are 400, so it will not able to load all the data set. So top 5 and bottom 5 it will load, and in between it will look like dot dot. Now we will extract our x and y from this data set. So from dataset dot ilog whole rows. Now second column, so 0 1 2, this would be our value of x. If you see in our x, this age column and estimated salary we are extracting. So after extracting value of x from this data set, this would be our value of x. Similarly, we will extract value for y. So here fourth column, dataset dot ilog whole rows, fourth column dot values. After extracting a value of y, if you see, this would be our value of y. So from this data set, if you see, the purchased column would be our value of y, and age and estimated salary would be a value of x. Now we will split the value of x and y into training and testing data set. So here if you see, we are using sklearn library from sklearn.model_selection. This is sub library. From this library we will import train_test_split. Now we will split this data set into our training and testing data set. So we have a 4 variable, x_train, x_test, y_train, y_test equal to train_test_split. So we will split main data set which is on x and y, and test_size. So we will extract 25% from main data set for testing purpose, and random state equal to 0. So after running a data set, if you want to see the whatever the functions we can use and what is the purpose of using that function, so you can press shift tab on this function, so you would be able to see all the details, how many parameters is required and whatever the use of it. It will also demonstrate small example regarding it. So with any of the function you can. So after extracting or splitting our data set into training and testing, so this is our x_train value, similarly x_test values. Now y_test, and this is y_train. So these are y_train values, which is a 25% from main data set. Now we will do feature scaling, which we talked in earlier sessions also. What is feature scaling? So for regularization or normalization of data set, we use feature scaling. So again we will use sklearn library. From this we will use pre-processing, and from pre-processing sub library we will import standard scalar class. Now here we will creating an object of class, or we can say variable, on which we will store a standard scalar. Now we, we are storing x underscore train, all the values in this. So this is SC standard scalar. We have given a short name fit underscore transform, where we will fit and transform x underscore train dataset, and again we will store into the same dataset. Similarly, we will train it for transform the value of x underscore test. So standard scalar dot transform and x underscore transform test, and we will store into the same variable. So after fitting and transformation, the value of x train would be this. If you want to compare earlier x train values, so before fitting and transforming, our x train values was this, and after fitting and transforming, our x train value is this. Okay, similarly for x underscore test, after transforming, our value of x underscore test is this. Now we will apply a logistic regression on our data set. So again we are importing some of the library from sklearn, from sklearn.linear underscore model. From this sub library we will import logistic regression is a class. Now we will created one object or a variable for this logistic regression. So logistic regression random underscore state equal to 0. So it will first time it will pick random values and it will freeze there only. Now on this logistic regression means classifier dot fit x underscore train and y underscore train. So we are fitting the value of x underscore train and y underscore train on this logistic regression. So our model is fit now. Now we can predict it. So how? So here classifier means this one dot predict is a function, x underscore test, we will predict our value of y based on this x underscore test, and we are storing on y underscore predict. So after predicting, our values are these are the values which are predicted by our logistic regression algorithm or a model. Now we can differentiate how many are correct prediction, how many are not correct prediction. For that we are using a confusion matrix. Okay, so we will also import confusion matrix from sklearn. So from sklearn.matrix we will import confusion underscore matrix. So here I also mentioned the class starts with capital letter. So here if you see confusion, so it is starting with the small letter, so it would be a function. If it is start with capital letter like logistic regression, so that was a class. Now we will fit our y underscore test and y underscore predict in this confusion matrix. So confusion underscore matrix y underscore test y underscore predict. So it will automatically differentiate how many are correct prediction, how many are wrong prediction, and we will storing on CM, means just a variable name confusion matrix. So if you see here 65 plus 24, these are correct prediction, and 3 plus 8, these are not a correct prediction. So we can differentiate how many are correct prediction and how many are incorrect prediction. So we can differentiate this prediction based on confusion matrix. Now we will try to visualize our data set, how it will really look. So first we will visualize this using training data set. So again we are using from matplotlib colors, we are importing color listed color map. Now here we just created a separate variable for storing x underscore train and y underscore train values. So x underscore set, y underscore set. So these values we will get assigned to these variables. Now x1 and x2. So we will simplify these values. So np numpy, inside numpy there is a masquerade function. Now numpy array start. So there would be start. So all values are in start. So x underscore test whole rows 0 dot minimum of whatever the value would be minimum minus 1 stop equal to again same thing, it will take a maximum plus 1 and step would be 0.01. So this would be for first x1. Similarly this part is for x2. Okay, now we will plot contour. So contour is a limit by which we'll see this thing on a diagram. Okay, contour, then x1 comma x2 classifier dot predict numpy dot array x1 dot revel, similarly x2 dot revel dot t. So if you try to see the what is the use of, so shift tab here, so you will get a dot revel, it will return a flattened array. For that purpose we are using a revel function dot t. Then we will reshape it, it is not is in a desired format, so we will reshape it x1 dot reshape. So this value we will get reshaped. Another parameter alpha dot 75% cmap, so it will automatically map the color with red and green. Now we will plot x limit x1 dot minimum of x1, x1 dot maximum of x2, x1. So it is a range, between these ranges plot will get plotted. Now similarly for y limit x2 dot min function, x2 dot max function. So these are the limits. Now we will assign using this for loop. So if you see here for ij in enumerate, now numpy dot unique y underscore set, so it will automatically take a unique value from y underscore set, which we are taking here from y underscore train. Now plt dot scatter, it will do a first scatter plotting x underscore set in braces y underscore set equal to double equal to j comma 0. Similarly this is for x set and this is for x set, this is for first column and this is for second column. Here is 1 and here is 0. Now we will map the color. So list c equal to listed color map red and green, based on value of I it will make a color and label it would be j. So here this part training, so it is a title x label y label for our plot, and legend is a new thing, so I will show you what is the legend part. And so when we will plot this, so this is our data which is plotted on a training data set. So if you see this separation line, this is a contour. Okay, and if you see in this data set, some of the values here is 0 and 1, so some of the values which belongs to 0 are coming on this side and the values which belongs for 1 which is coming on this side. So these are not a correct prediction, but apart from this other values are correct prediction. So we tested these values based on, we plotted this graph based on training data set. Now similarly we can plot it, sorry, I was supposed to explain the legend. So this 0 and 1, if you see, this is a due to this legend part. If we remove this, so we will not able to see this part on a graph. So this is a plotting due to this legend function. Now we will try to see the same thing on testing data set. So everything is same, only here instead of x underscore test train, we are using x underscore test y underscore test instead of y underscore train. Everything is same, no change in code. So here is our prediction based on our testing data set. So again, if you see here, there are some wrong prediction which is coming on this side, and others are some on this side. So some of the prediction are wrong, but most of the prediction are right, and we already categorized which are right prediction and wrong prediction based on this confusion matrix. So we are done with this session, which is of logistic regression. If you have any doubt, you can ask us on a comment section. If you need a source code or a data set, you can mention your email on our comment section along with the topic name, so we will share you the details. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.